Hey there. Have you ever visited a large airport and watched the planes take off and land? Have you ever wondered just how they stay in the air? Do you believe the conspiracies about contrails, those long white lines we see in the sky? I think watching a large plane fly is fascinating, but most people have no clue how they even work. I'm going to give you the basic knowledge to understand how a plane flies and clear up some confusion on those pesky contrails. There's three questions that I hear a lot. The first is, how does a wing work? The second is, why do some planes have one propeller and other planes have multiple? And third, are they really spraying us with those contrails? I'm now going to explain this stuff with knowledge I learned myself when I went through flight school several years ago. The first thing we're going to talk about is wings. How does a wing generate lift? I have a picture here. This blue illustration depicts the wing from the side. The first thing I want you to notice is the angle at which the wing is facing the oncoming air. The second thing I want you to notice is how the bottom of the wing is flat and the top of the wing is round. A wing generates lift two ways. The first, we call it the angle of attack. The angle of attack means that as the wind comes in this direction, it reflects off the bottom of the wing and pushes it up. This is based off Newton's third law. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. The second way that a wing generates lift is called Bernoulli's principle. As the air comes and splits at the front of the wing here, it goes around the top part and has to speed up, generating a reduction in air pressure on top, which means there's a rise in air pressure on bottom, generating lift. It's not that complicated, but that's how a wing works. Now, a wing has to have air moving over it to work, and we use propulsion to drive the plane forward. I'm not going to get into the different kinds of propulsion today, but I am going to answer another question that I get a lot, which is, why do some planes have one propeller and others have multiple? I have a picture here. You see a large military plane on top. It has 4 engines, and each engine has a propeller with 8 blades. On bottom, we have a small plane, like we would see quite often locally around here. It has 1 engine and 1 propeller. The reason that different planes have different amounts of propellers is simply power. It takes more power to put this heavy military plane in the air than it does this light civilian plane. It's as simple as that. The last thing I'm going to cover is these guys. They're called contrails. We see them all over the sky every day. I've heard people say that the government is spraying things on us from above. I've heard people say, is that how they crop dust? I mean, come on, really? Are they crop dusting from 30,000 feet? No. A contrail is simply a byproduct of the combustion process. Now, have you ever gone out to your car and noticed that there may be water droplets dripping out of the exhaust? That's just a byproduct of the combustion process. Now, when an airplane does that above 25,000 feet, where it can be negative 30 degrees Fahrenheit or colder, that water vapor almost instantly freezes into tiny ice particles. And that's what you see stretched out, those ice particles all through the sky. And they slowly get bigger and dissipate as they begin to melt. It's nothing that the government's doing, I promise. Alright, by now you should have a very basic elementary understanding of how a plane manages to stay in the air. Let's review. The wing is what provides lift. Now you have a basic understanding of how it does so. You have to have propulsion to move the airplane forward to generate wind moving over the wings. And you know that some planes have bigger propellers. Why? Because it takes more power to get a big plane in the air. And last but not least, people, contrails are nothing to be afraid of. They're nothing more than frozen water vapor. Alright, so next time you see someone amazed at an airplane flying, or maybe you hear someone talking about those pesky contrails, you just might be able to help explain it to them just a little bit. I say go for it.